Hi, and welcome back to Wisdom from the Angels. I hope that you and your family are safe and that you are having a wonderful day. Here on the central coast of California, it is a beautiful day, a little overcast, but it is a beautiful day and the birds are singing. Any outside noises, I apologize in advance. We do have some construction going on nearby. And if you happen to hear two little doggies running around barking, those are my two. One day I will introduce them on the show. Also, stick around to the end, and I'm going to announce the winners of the two free 30-minute angel card readings. I had gifted that to the channel when I received 100 subscribers. And so we're going to do that poll. This is going to be a weekend read or whenever you get this message. And if it resonates with you, yay. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Also, give it a thumbs up. If you think someone else can benefit from this reading, please like it and share. Okay? If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome. If you're one of the old folks that have been with me, I appreciate everything that you do, and I appreciate you coming back. I truly, truly am enjoying myself. I love working with the angels, and I love working with my clients. So if you'd like a reading, everything is in the box below. And if there's any information that you would need additionally, shoot me an email. And my email address is listed below. And it happens to be wisdomfromtheangels@gmail.com. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started for today. This is going to be a weekend read, so I may pull more cards. But the main deck that I'm going to be using today is going to be Angels of Atlantis. I shared with you that I got this deck in Dublin, Ireland last year when I was there for an angelic reunion. And the other deck that I'm going to be using, and where's the cover? Hello, Angel Answers. And so today, because it is a weekend read, I am going to pull more cards than I normally do. Also, if you get a one-on-one reading, I use more cards and decks than I do here on the channel. Here on the channel, I try to keep the message concise and consistent, and really give you the message for that day and hope that it carries you on through your day. Okay, so let's get started. Let me do the shuffle. They said I hear 3 times. Let me make sure I got all the cards going in the same direction. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with the Angels of Atlantis deck. And I want to give a shout out to Eric from Divine Conversations. That's my brother from another mother. And I started watching his channel last year. And if you love tarot readings, go over and see Eric if you're not already on his channel. And he's recently moved to Puerto Rico, and he is really getting insanely funny. And he does morning coffee, so it's really good to start off your day with a trip over to Eric's channel, Divine Conversations. Okay, so let's see what the angels have for us today. Okay, so we're not going to take, they said take this one. Okay, any others? Take this one. Take this one. Take the top one. Okay, angels. All right, and they said take the bottom. Okay, and this. All righty. Oh, okay. All right, so from the Angels of Atlantis deck. So if you have the deck, go pull it out. You can even look at the book as we go along. I kind of do an intuitive read versus what the book may say, because I'm listening to what the angels want me to know. Okay, so the first card that came out this time is Sandalphon, and it says love. Okay, and the angels all have different characteristics. They all have different messages, And we can call in an angel to help us with an issue that we have. And when we aren't sure, and I've got t-shirts coming, we can just say, angels, get the flock in here. But when you call on Sandalphon, you're calling on the sacred guide. And when you call on Sandoval and the card comes up with love, there is a meditation that goes along with it. And the meditation goes that you can say 3 times, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. And see how that resonates with you. Whenever you're repeating a mantra, it is a good idea for you to close your eyes, take several deep breaths, put your hand over your heart, and then repeat them. You can also tap on your heart. That really brings in and resonates the message throughout your body. Okay? All right. And if you forget any of this, don't worry. The angels still get the message. And the next card we have is Haniel. Move my hands down so you can really see Haniel. Oh, goodness. Okay, don't knock the cards off the table. Let me get my glasses on so that I can really make sure I'm seeing what Haniel is saying today. And Haniel is saying courage. And Haniel is known as the sacred warrior. And Haniel's mantra, interestingly enough, for this particular card is Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Haniel is known as the sacred warrior. Okay, I'm going to come back after I've introduced all the cards as well as their meaning and give you an overview of what I believe today's message is. And if yours different, that's fine. You may have a different opinion based on your experience and what you're going through right now. Okay, the next card that's coming up is Angel Uriel. Okay, and I believe at the bottom it says trust. Trust. So when Uriel is coming up, Uriel is known as our divine companion. And when Carolyn, when Uriel is saying trust, he's saying have faith, believe. Whatever you've put out there in the universe that you really truly want and you truly desire, and it's for your highest and best good, believe that it can happen. Believe that it will come true. And it takes faith and trust and believing so that the angels understand that you really are committed to your dreams. Okay? The next card out is Jophiel. Is it better over here? I don't know. Jophiel. And Jophiel is all about liberation. And when Jophiel shows up, I love this beautiful eagle on the front. You know, liberation, freedom. Jophiel is the liberator. And Jophiel is all about you being free within your world and really understanding that you do have choices. And the choices you make have a long-term effect. And for this, I'm hearing the mantra Om. 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 And if you didn't know, Om is the universal sound of the universe. It's consciousness sound. And that means you are one with the universe. Okay? All right, so here we go with Haniel. Haniel and hope. So whenever Haniel shows up, he is this, Haniel is known as the sacred warrior. And if you look on the front, there is a beautiful, beautiful dove. And when that dove shows up, that's a sign of not only of peace, but also of hope, of trusting. Trust that the universe has your back. Really trust. And if you're not sure what to say, you can say Om again. You can also say hope. You can also just use regular words that resonate with you for your situation to enhance your experience. The next card is Shamel, Serenity. Oh Lord, thought I turned this thing off. So sorry. So sorry. It's in Shamiel in Serenity. Oh, look what's in the background. That is the Taj Mahal, the building that was built based on the love. Ha, ha, ha. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. And when Shamiel shows up, Shamiel is the divine guide. And he's saying, surrender. Surrender into the beautiful experience that you are having. You know, we often see challenges as something that is very hard for us. Challenges, if we could shift our thinking and start to look at them as an opportunity to change, an opportunity for newness to come into our life, we could also start to see how we really can thrive. So just surrender. And sometimes it's just okay to be quiet. If you don't have a mantra that you'd like to say, just go within and be still. That's a mantra in and of itself. And the next card is Metatron. Metatron and miracles. And Metatron is all about us trusting. Trusting in the divine, trusting in what is best for us, trusting that everything is unfolding in divine time. Metatron is the teacher. And if you see here, it's a little baby. And it's a little baby, and it looks like a hand is there. And when we are really searching and wondering what is going on in our life, or we're waiting for something to happen and it hasn't happened yet, this is just a reminder from the angels that it is on its way. It is on its way. We have Jophiel showing up again with forgiveness. And remember, we talked about Jophiel as being all about freedom. And so this overall energy here that I see is very powerful for this weekend, carrying over the entire message that's been going on now for the last couple of weeks, especially since the full moon last week. Actually going back to the new moon, in June. And we're being told and guided to have courage, trust. All is working out for our best and highest good. Trust that miracles are happening even when we can't see it. A lot goes on behind the scenes. And we just have to trust that it is being worked out for us, even when it does look like the dark night of the soul, where it looks like everything is going wrong. I am going through a period where I remember, and this has happened in my life over time when things were really going through a big shift, where I've asked the universe, is this it? Because if this is it, I'm okay. I've had a great life and things have gone really well in my life, even though I've had a lot of challenges. Challenges that for a lesser being, someone who lacked trust, might have not thrived. And I have truly thrived. Even though my mom wasn't in my life, I became an orphan at 7, and I moved into my uncle's home at 9, and didn't quite understand that whole scenario. It was challenging for me. And then being raped at 17 and going into a marriage in my early 20s was not necessarily a challenge, but we were, for a few years there, we were struggling as we were both students and going through all of the things that happens in early marriage, as well as having a child, and then 8 years later having the second child. And we moved around a lot. At one point, I began to think that my last name meant gypsy. I figured I had married someone who would be, because of their career, would have to stay in one place. Well, no, that didn't happen. But it was an adventure. It was a journey. It was fun. And what made it so much fun is that he and I did it together. And we were each other's good friends. May not have been the best of friends all the time, but we were good friends and we could be honest with each other. And it was a time where we could embrace life. We were in our 20s and 30s, and life was just fun. And at the time, when we had our second child, we lived in Manhattan, and it just didn't seem like it could get any better than that. And then shortly after that, we were off to Florida in a whole new adventure. And Florida would be the springboard for success and businesses, and being my husband saw himself as being in a very supportive community. So my message for today is the freedom that we have. And we have a lot of freedom, even though right now in this chaotic world and with lockdowns and settle in place and mask even, we do have freedom. And we do have a lot to be grateful for. And when you wake up in the morning, just say, I am so grateful to be awake. I am so grateful to be alive. I am so grateful that I have food to eat. I am so grateful that I have fresh water. I am so grateful that I have a home. I am so grateful that I am loved. Because at the end of the day, you are loved. You are loved by the angels. Now, you may be going through something with friends. You may be going through something with family. That is what is going on right now for the entire collective. A lot of shifts are happening energetically, as well as on the planet, as well as in the universe. And because we are part of this wonderful universe, we are impacted by the planets around us. And when we are impacted by those planets, those energies can affect us tremendously. And one of the planets right now that is retrograde and will go direct on Sunday is Mercury. What does that mean? Well, Mercury is the planet of communication. Mercury is the planet of things working well together. So if in the last few weeks you've noticed that there have been a surge of misunderstandings, or people are just seeming to be completely unlike they normally are, or if you find people standing up for themselves who haven't in the past, or if you start to notice that people are being unusually difficult, or you find yourself unable to sleep at night, or you're having weird cravings, there is a planet that is probably retrograde that is affecting you. Now, Mercury, while it does go direct on the 12th of July, it will stay in its shadow period until around the 26th. So some people say 4 days, some people say 7 days, some people say 10. I go for 14 because I want to make sure that that energy has completely gone. So if you're looking to make any decisions, if it were me, I would wait until the 26th. But if you'd like to go ahead and make your decision today, you know that you have the freedom to do that, okay? So let's see what the angel answers have to say. Let's see what this deck wants us to know along with this message, because this is a very powerful message. This is also a very uplifting message, at least I hope it was for you. And I also see it as a time where we can start to look at life through the lens of hope. Start to look at how can it get any better. I remember sitting on the beach on New Year's Day, and I remember sitting there going, how could it get better than this? How? You know, we've all been waiting for this new decade, and we've all been going, yay, 2020 is here. I don't think any of us really realized what that meant, in that it was going to be a very different year than we have ever had, because in our country, we have never had settle in place. We've never been on lockdown. And so I see it as a time where we are being asked to look at life differently, to look at things differently. Everything is not as bleak as it may seem. Yes, we are being bombarded with a lot, with the lockdown, with the pandemic, with the numbers, and, you know, a lot of other fear-based kind of messages, especially if you watch TV. If you have a moment and you really want to have peace, turn the TV off. Now, I'm going to admit to you, I do have my moments where I have to binge watch. One of my favorite things to binge watch is Blue Bloods. Or I go over to the BET channel and I look at something over there. The other thing that I might listen to music. I love to read. In fact, our book club is meeting this evening. And we just finished this really cool book. I can't even remember the name of it now. Just Women? Yeah, and it's about mothers and the secrecy of mothers. Because we might think we know our mothers very well. Sometimes we do and sometimes we don't. They sometimes have a few secrets that they don't share with their children, and they have that right. You know, people forget mothers come here to be mothers, but they're also human beings, and they have a life of their own. And yes, I am a mother and I am a grandmother. And I have 2 children and 2 grandchildren. Okay, so let's see. Remember perfect timing. Remember helpful people. Don't stop is the message on this one. And that means whatever you're going after, now is not the time to stop. Keep going, keep moving. Move forward. Now, it may look daunting at the moment. Take baby steps, okay? Write down your big dream and break it up into parts. Start to take those baby steps. And you may need to go back and learn some new skills. You may need to go back to school and maybe get a higher degree to do what you'd like to do. If in doubt, ask your angels. Not sure which one to call. What are we going to say, channel? Get the flock in here. And this card, oh hello, got it backwards. It is unlikely that you are going to make a mistake right now. Everything happens in perfect timing and in divine order. And when it looks like things are falling apart, they may be falling apart to be put back together again. Okay? It says compromise here. And I see this with the overall message as being a time of you may need to take a step back and rest. And instead of pushing yourself forward like you might normally do, maybe retreat to get some more answers and then begin to trust. And we had that earlier from the wisdom keeper himself, Uriel. Okay? So let's really give ourselves a break, pat ourselves on the back, because in the near future, you are going to start to see the results of all of your actions. You really are. Because why? You are ready. And the universe is saying, yes, now is the time. Now is the time. This is such a beautiful message, and I hope that you walk away feeling really good in your heart and that you really start to see the beauty that surrounds you. And it may not seem beautiful right now. Remember, just say thank you. Whatever is showing up in your life, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The reason that I can say that is that in of itself is the simplest message, but the most powerful one you can give to the universe. Thank you. All right? So now I did say hang around for the drawing. So I have 115 subscribers, and I pulled the names off of the ones that I could find on the channel, and we are going to see who falls out. One has fallen out. I'm going to announce the names, and okay. So, oh goodness, I can't take all of these. This is 4. So we have to do that again because I did say only 2. I'll tell you what, when I get to 500, I'll do 4. 4 free 30-minute readings. Okay, let's see who these subscribers are. So the first one that fell out is African Oneness. Okay? And stay tuned. I'm going to tell you how to get in touch with me. Again, Travel Channel. This happened to have fallen out in the bulk. So these 2 subscribers get each 1 30-minute free angel card reading. Now, how are you going to get in touch with me? You're going to email me, and my email address is listed below, but I'll give it to you again. It's wisdomfromtheangels, same name as the channel, at gmail.com. Now, you're going to be seeing this on the weekend, so try and get in touch with me before, I'd say, next Tuesday. So that way we can get you on the schedule, get you set up, get the readings to you so you can get your personal message and move forward from there. Okay, so again, the lucky winners are African Oneness and the Travel Channel. And I show you the cards because I show you the cards every day anyway. All right. Okay, everyone. Take care. Be safe out there. I know we don't love wearing masks, but they will keep us safe as well as our families and loved ones and friends. And someone said to me the other day, they said, well, if they don't like masks, they're really not going to like the ventilator. And I had to laugh. And then someone else shared with me, they said 6 feet apart or 6 feet under. And I thought, okay. And then the study came out that the germs may even fly farther than that. So I was like, cool. So when I went on my walk, I probably looked like I was in a video game because I was going back and forth across the street, staying away from folks for real, for real. If there had been a median down the middle of the street, I probably would have been walking on it. All right, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed weekend. And I will see you next Monday for more wisdom from the angels. This is Carolyn. Take care. Namaste and blessings.